I don't want to be average. It's kind of not cool to say that anymore, because it's so cool to not expect to be a success and then become an overnight success. If you're a girl, it's super simple. Just show as much of your body as possible on TikTok and make sure you keep just enough secret so that guys still want to subscribe to your OnlyFans. Last month, before my dopamine detox, I was scrolling on my grandfather's iPad. He has TikTok on his iPad. He uses it to watch like 70-year-old grandmas stretch or something. Anyway, the more I scrolled, the more it went from old people stretching to young people stretching, then to basically child porn. I was kind of surprised at how many 14-year-old girls in my country shake ass on TikTok. And these girls do it because it's the norm. They've been raised to do this because no one told them that they could just not. Because average people are apparently supposed to do this. They're supposed to do it because all their friends do it as well and they've been encouraged to. They're supplying a demand, and because of that, they get thousands of views. Then you've got skinny boys with a fucked up sense of humor like me. I can't do that. Girls can show their body online and get thousands of views, but if I do it, I'll get 2 views. One is myself and another is my grandma telling me that I have to eat more food. It's not possible to be naturally perfect at everything, although sometimes I can portray that. I can literally portray myself as anything I want online. You don't know what I'm like in real life. I try to be authentic, but maybe that's because I know that nobody's watching these videos, so it doesn't really matter because I can be whatever I want to be. Oh fuck. That's why I left. That's why I don't. That's why I'm not. That's why I'm not. That's why I'm not gonna edit that out. I don't have to go through the effort of making myself look perfect and super cool because it doesn't really matter to me. But the girls on TikTok do go through all that effort, but they aren't perfect either. They seem untouchable on the other side of the screen, but we know that, they're struggling in school and they don't take care of their mental health. When they take selfies, they're still covering their face with their phone because they're insecure. They aren't perfect, and we've been told so many times, everything on Instagram isn't real, it's all filters, it's all fake. Don't compare yourself, just compete with yourself. But we're social animals, so no matter what, you cannot help but compare with other people when you see it. Be a lawyer, an engineer, a doctor, or something in the STEM fields, whilst also being the world chess champion and also being a professional pianist or violinist, but you have to also be an Olympic level ping pong player. That's the perfect Asian son, or if you're an Asian daughter, then I guess marry a rich guy and just be a good housewife, I guess. Of course, what I just said is an exaggeration, but some of the older generations in my country have very high standards. In my country of Singapore, you gotta get A's. A's either stand for Asian or average. You're either perfect or average, and there's no in between. I don't want to be average, but I cannot live up to those expectations because they will not make me happy. I can't be in the surgery room doing last minute revision on how to remove an appendix when there's a patient passed out on my desk. I can't be in court lying to everybody just so that I can defend someone that I don't really give a fuck about when all I care about is his money. In the past, being average just meant study really hard, get a good job, and then marry somebody. Make sure your kids work really hard so that they can get a good job, so when you are too old to work, at least they can provide for you. But now, being average means you have to be in the best school whilst also having thousands of followers on Instagram. If you're a girl, you have to be a career woman. You're pretty much gonna have to be the feminist idea of being a independent queen. If you're a guy, then you have to have the K-pop center parting and also be in a relationship with a girl who's at least one whole continent shorter than you. That shit counts as a long distance relationship. Both of you have to meet in secondary school, stay together after secondary school, and then fly off into the sunset when you both go to an overseas university. Because of social media, our idea and standard of what's average is gonna keep getting higher and higher. And if you're not what I just described, you're gonna pretty much be invisible. Then there's jobs. The thing is, basic needs are becoming more and more expensive, and because of that, people are more and more desperate to have them. So you're easily exploited. If being average means you can actually afford shit, people are like, oh fuck yeah, I'll give up my dream so I don't starve. The world is encouraging you to be average, whilst the price of being average keeps getting higher and higher. Once I get my O-level results, I gotta choose. Give up everything and be average and be comfortable, or I risk all my perfect grades in order to be a influencer. Man, I didn't think I was gonna go into a rant here, but I have to. I really hate all the polytechnic courses, man. All the polytechnic courses I don't like any of them. I hate all of them, but the one I hate the least, meaning I still hate it, I just hate it less than the rest, is film. And there are only 2 film courses in the entire country, and only one of them is any good. So it seems by society standards, I'm kind of doomed to be average because I don't have any other option. I can either do film, which is something I'm okay with, and then make an average amount of money, or I could use my perfect grades to my advantage and go do something I don't like computer science or medicine, but make a lot of money, or I could drop out and be invisible. If you're like me, you can't find any career or course that you will want to go into. I'm a straight A student, so I pretty much have all the options that I ever need, but none of the courses actually mean anything to me. They don't make me feel anything. If you're like me, then you can only really truly see yourself doing a business or something artistic. And that's why I pick option 4. That's why you're watching me right now. And of course, as general advice, 90% of people should get normal jobs. But some of us, and probably you, if you're like me, you're part of the 10% who are super artistic and scatterbrained and probably have ADHD, but you never got diagnosed. So you hop from artistic endeavor to artistic endeavor. You have a midlife crisis every 2 weeks because you realize that, hey, I don't know what I want to do and my time is running short. And some people can live the average life. I don't really know how they do it. It's kind of sad that maybe 70% of people never do what they want to do, and you probably aren't doing what you want to do either. The world wants you to be average so that you can be a slave, because we made slavery illegal, except we still need people to do slave jobs. We need people to pick up the garbage, we need people to clean our toilets, we need people to connect our calls, we need people to do paperwork in offices. Now, nobody wants to do those jobs, but when people say, hey, you'll get enough money to live a comfortable life, people are like, hey, why not? But that person probably isn't you. I know it's not me, but I just can't see myself working an average job. Because we also need people to produce art. We need people who we can relate to. We need people who can change lives. I can't physically have a boss tell me what to do every day whilst working for a company that doesn't care about me. If I were to die tomorrow, they'd just replace my desk with another idiot that they found off the street. You're completely disposable. You're not paid by how much you work or how long you work. You're paid by how easily you are to replace. They'll say, oh, we're family here. We work as a family. McDonald's, we're all family here. But the family they're talking about is the one from Knives Out. Someone's throat is gonna get slit, and that's gonna be the big office drama for this week, but next week we'll forget about it and move on. We'll sit in meetings on Mondays being super productive. I'm a businessman, and we talk about business things, and we're productive, and we're a family. But, I would gladly backstab the person sitting to my left for an extra 5k a year. This isn't Fast and Furious. It's not about family. That's not for me. It might be for you. If that's the kind of environment you want to live in and that's genuinely your place in society, then great. But we're nothing alike. If you want to be a policeman, a teacher, an engineer, architect, then you can kind of click off, because my advice won't really hit you. It won't really attach to your soul, because we're after different things. So you've probably either been completely agreeing and relating to my dilemma, or you think I should go back to school and get a real job. Average people are motivated by the rewards of success. Instead, I'm driven by the fear of being average. And you probably are as well. The reason I started this channel is, partly because making money online sounds fucking sick to a 16-year-old, but also because I know there's people online who feel the exact same way as I do. So if you read the title and agreed, then act like it. If you don't want to be average, act like it. You can't act average and then expect to be anything but average. For the past couple minutes, you should have realized how similar we are, and also how similar you are to millions of other people in the world who all share this same desire to be more than average, but are kind of just destined to be average by society's standards. I make huge goals and act like I'm the best, because at least if I act like I'm the best, maybe I have a better chance of being the best. So how do you act? Do you act like you're average or exceptional? Because no matter what you want, what goals you have, what dreams you have, they're just goals and dreams. All the average people have them as well. The difference is that average people don't want to take the risk. Average people don't want to gamble. They just want to stay comfortable. The difference between the average and the exceptional is what they do about those dreams. So if you relate to me, write down your goals right now and take action. Pew. 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 Alright. Take action, boys. Go accomplish your dreams. At least write them down first. I have mine on the wall. Don't know if you can read that, but it says 100k by the end of 2023. And yeah. Give me a kiss, bro. Bro, you didn't give me the kiss. What the fuck?